The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers now. God first, boxing after that. Let's talk about not Ryan Garcia, because we made a lot of videos about Ryan Garcia, but let's talk about, in this particular video, at this particular juncture, let's talk about his brother. Yes, his brother. I never made a video about his brother, so this is my first time talking about him while I'm making a video. Sean Garcia. Now, I had a chance to get my first proper look at Sean Garcia. He fought Rene Marquez to a majority decision victory on the Luke Campbell Ryan Garcia undercard. And early in the fight, he showed some flashes of brilliance, but you know, as the fight wore on, he showed himself to be a bit of a front runner. He didn't really have a lot of stamina, and he definitely showed that he needs some improvements. You know, because I thought Rene Marquez could have had a draw. I thought it should have been a draw, to be honest with you. I thought he was very fortunate to get out of there with the majority decision, because I thought I scored at a draw. But Ryan Garcia was talking about Sean Garcia recently, and like I'm not near my computer, but I'll leave the article down below so you can read it. I'm gonna paraphrase what he said. And basically what Ryan Garcia was saying was that Sean Garcia isn't a very dedicated fighter to the sport of boxing, that Sean Garcia isn't taking this serious, that Sean Garcia didn't really train much for this fight with Rene Marquez, where he looked uninspiring, where he looked flat at times, where he looked like, quite frankly, an ordinary fighter. So with that being said, Ryan Garcia took it a step further. He said, look, Sean Garcia is not boxing because he likes it. He's not boxing because he's committed. He's just boxing to box. And he really wants to be a police officer. So that's what he's going to go do. He's going to go become a police officer. So we're talking about a kid who, yes, has talent. Yes, there's a helicopter. Someone's in trouble. But look, we're talking about a kid who has a chance to be something in boxing. Has some talent, yes, but what's talent without commitment and dedication to the sport? You know what I'm saying? So Ryan Garcia saying he's gonna go be a police officer. He can go join the helicopter that just flew right past me, and he can go start arresting some fools. He can go join John Molina Jr. and become a fighter who was a police officer. Because if your heart's not in this sport 100%, you're risking yourself getting your ass whooped. And honestly, there were parts of that 4-rounder, just that little 4-round fight, where he was getting his ass whooped. And I would venture to say if that would have been a 6-round fight, I don't think it would have panned out well for him, to be honest with you. So I don't know, man. Like I hate to shoot the kid down before he really gets his career off the ground, because I do like Sean Garcia. I think he does have some talent. I think there is a good fighter in there, but Ryan Garcia is talking because, I mean, who knows him better than his brother, you know? So it is what it is. Now, it is also worth doing, and I want to highlight this too. I know Sean didn't say that he wanted to be a police officer. It was Ryan, but I don't think Ryan would lie on his brother like that to the media. And if he did lie to the media, Ryan, that's a scumbag move. But look, Sean Garcia has been a fighter that's been called out by Raymond Ford quite a lot. You know, Raymond Ford is another prospect, signed to DAZN, signed in Matchroom. He's with Eddie Hearn. You know, he's another young, promising American prospect. And Raymond Ford has been calling for a Sean Garcia fight. Raymond Ford has been saying, look, I'll beat the shit out of Sean Garcia. And I'll be honest with you. That was my first true look at Sean Garcia. Maybe I should go watch some other fights. But if he's not dedicated and that guy shows up against Raymond Ford, I agree with Raymond Ford. I think Raymond Ford beat the brakes off Sean Garcia. No doubt about it. Because Raymond Ford, you know, he's a fighter that, and I've gotten on Raymond Ford before, because Raymond Ford has had some uninspiring performances against no-name opposition. But Raymond Ford, his last 2-3 fights, he's been showing me improvements. He's been showing me that he can fight different styles. He can fight different ways. And he's a fighter with potential and room to grow. And he's showing you a little bit more every fight. And that's what you want to see as a prospect, is progressing through the ranks. And meanwhile, on the other hand, you got this kid, Sean Garcia, who is Ryan's brother. And he's talented. And he fought a Mexican journeyman who was like 5'1" or something like that, and he was getting pieced the hell up. He was getting his ass whooped from Monday to Sunday, you know. And it was really bad. It was lethargic. It was pedestrian. It was average. It was mediocre. You know, it was not something that it was not the kind of performance that if you're a prospect with if you're a prospect making this DAZN debut, that you want to be putting out there for your first, DAZN fight. So I think this is good for Sean Garcia because he's being met with some adversity early in his boxing career. Is Sean Garcia going to continue to progress forward and try to become the best fighter he can become? Or is Sean Garcia going to succumb to adversity, succumb to pressure, and get rid of boxing and go become a police officer? The ball is on his proverbial court. It's up to him to make that decision. Nobody can make it for him. His parents can make it for him. Ryan can't make it for him. Only he can make it for him. And he's got to make sure that he's boxing for the right reasons. Because one thing that I've come to learn about a lot of fighters is that a lot of fighters are not in boxing for the right reasons. Some fighters box because they want to be famous. Some fighters box because they want validation they didn't get when they were a younger kid. Some fighters box because, they want to impress girls. There's plenty of reasons why fighters box. None of the aforementioned reasons I would say are the right ones. Hold on, I'm going in circles, crossing this damn street. None of the aforementioned reasons are any of the right reasons. I think some noble reasons to get into the sport of boxing are, first and foremost, because you love boxing, or because maybe it's a means to an end. It's your chance to rise out of poverty and make a life for yourself. That's obviously another reason most fighters box. Another reason could be because you're an angry person and this is the only way you can solve issues in your life without catching a case. You could beat somebody up and do it legally in boxing. So that could be another reason. Just you don't want to be doing boxing to impress others or because you want some sort of validation from the world. If you do that, you're always going to be fighting a losing battle. So all I'm saying is message to all my fighters out there: if you're boxing, make sure it's for the right reasons. Because you love boxing, because it's a good outlet for you, because it'll help your family. Those are some noble reasons to box. But don't box for validation from Instagram, validation from friends, none of that stuff. So Sean Garcia's got to ask himself these hard questions, introspect, and just ask the hard questions and be honest with yourself. Why am I boxing, and do I really want to be in that ring long term? So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys can leave your comments down below. You can take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.